Welcome to the second NXTmonitor Application Performance Manager video for DevOps. In this video, we will demonstrate some of the functionality of an APM, application runtime architecture, deep dive component monitoring, dependency mapping, and change impact. To show how the architecture enables deep dive monitoring, scalability, and dependency, we will show you how to create performance groups and manage objects or application executables within that group. In the first video, we connected to an agent on the OpenVMS server and introduced you to the graphical user interface. In this video, we will build on that base and show a performance group and the properties that govern how it works. Then we will inspect the architecture of the infrastructure used for each of the objects within that group and note the startup and management properties. Finally, to demonstrate dependency and how it affects the application startup and status, we will modify the properties of the objects similar to functions that a DevOps engineer would do to make this easier for operations to detect problems and fix them without having to know the internals of the application. So let's get started. In this frame, we see that the system we are monitoring is OpenVMS. It has one main group that is currently stopped, and it has one performance group. If you click on the performance group, you can see information on the startup options, whether it's agent startup, manual startup, timer startup, or do not start, the start order or any startup delays, the dependency, retries on failure, and then delays between restarts, and the minimum started components. In this case, the minimum started components is 2. What this means is the demo performance group will not be marked as up until at least 2 components are up within that group. This is important if you're starting multiple groups and you use a start order, and the subsequent groups will not start up until the previous start order group is completed. So if we go to the main group and we start up, you can do a right-click startup, or you can come up here to the shortcuts at the top of the menu. This is the refresh button, and it'll refresh the status. Or you can click on the objects, and they can give you specific information on each of the objects. And refresh the status based on the refresh interval. As you can see in this example, the discount C server is an agent startup object, and it has a dependency on this UUID, which happens to be the naming service or the RPC broker. So if you stop the broker, you can see that the discount C server is also marked down because it is dependent upon the RPC broker. The basic serve, even though it is down as well because the naming service is not up for it, it does not have a dependency. So it is not marked down. So if you start the RPC broker from the right click command, or you go up here and you click on the shortcut and refresh the status, you can see the RPC broker starting, and then the discount C server should start coming up. And that completes our second video.